film students have their coursework viewed at film festivals around the world, picking up awards along the way. Well, that's what's happened to my next guest, Karishma Dev Dube. Her film Devi is being featured by the British Council as part of their 5 Films for Freedom initiative. They're encouraging people to share the films in solidarity with lesbian, gay, bisexual and other communities where freedom and equal rights are limited. Well, the film tells the story of a teenager who has a relationship with a maid. Here's what happens after they're found kissing.
Look, Tarasi, I know I don't know who you are right now. Granted. But that doesn't mean you can just walk around destroying everything that comes your way. And what now? We are gay, are we?
Didi, আমার একটা কথা শুন, please.
কতদিন ধরে এসব? আগেই হয়েছে এসব? তোর লজ্জা করে না, দেবী?
Please don't.
Do not say a word, তারা। তোর নিজের মেয়ের মধ্যে মেয়ে।
তুমি একবার তারাকে জিজ্ঞেস করো যদি আমি কিছু করে রাখি।
Just a little bit of Karishma's film, and Karishma joins me now. Welcome here to the programme. How many countries has this been shown in so far, and why did you actually choose this subject matter?
We've actually enjoyed a very good festival run. It's played at 35 festivals to date, from Japan to America to England now. We played, it was about, for me, I wanted to make a short film that examines class and sexuality in a contemporary Indian household. It was one that was similar to the one that I grew up in. So it was just me trying to explore a moment, where a family has to redefine itself according to current social norms.
And how did you approach it? Because there will be those, India is a traditionally conservative country in terms of subject matter of film and some of the things that you see on screen. Were you deliberately provocative in terms of things like the kiss scene that's in the film?
Yes, India, homosexuality remains criminalized in India still. It's very much suppressed, even though it's been a part of our culture for centuries. I don't know if my intention was to be provocative, but the film has characters which are versions of women I've grown up with and who raised me, and just kind of wanted to put them in a room together and make them have uncomfortable conversations.
And that's the kiss there that we're seeing on the screen. You talk about uncomfortable conversations. Of course, it has been seen in India. What was that like? What was the response like?
Unfortunately, I haven't had a very direct line of feedback or a sense of what reception the country has had for the film. The biggest reach we've had so far is this campaign, which I'm here for, the 5 Films for Freedom. It's an initiative by the British Council in collaboration with BFI Flair, which is the LGBTQ+ film festival in London. So with the campaign essentially puts these 5 films from BFI Flair online, free, and available to watch for a limited period of time, I think till April 1st. And I think we're nearing 1 million views now, and I think a majority of them are from India and Pakistan.
You made this short film. Could you imagine a time where the mainstream Bollywood would actually make a feature film like this?
Well, I think we're a little far from that, but it's also very hopeful. The industry's changing. There's so much more importance on scripts now more than ever. But it's still
changing fast or slow, because several times last year we ended up discussing the problem with censors, all those sorts of areas. It is still pretty slow paced, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. But there's also a lot of regional cinema that is so much more brave in its content. Traditionally, we are based, the cinema is very escapist. It's not so much based in reality. But there are, a lot of writers and a lot of non-profit communities that are supporting stories like this, and they are finding money to come out there. But it's still not very much like a wide release all over the country. Bollywood has its own syntax, and it's very self-sufficient. It doesn't need to change. I'm a big Bollywood fan, in spite of its particular language. But it's hard to find a space. We also don't have that many screens in the country to give independent cinema that much space, in mainstream dialogue and stuff.
But I know even though it's a short film, you're trying to actually look at ways of extending it and making it a feature film. Karishma, we've run out of time, but thank you so much for coming in and talking to us.
Sure.
Thanks very much for your time. We're going to